Good afternoon. I'm Paola Gingiacomo.
And I'm Joy Howe. First up in our top 4 at 4, the coroner has been called to the scene of a train crash in western Berks County.
An SUV and train collided this afternoon, and those who heard it are shaken up. WFMZ's Tom Rader is live in Wernersville with the latest. Thank you, Tom. A daycare in Northampton County is under the microscope after the state shut it down a few months ago. Thank you. Reading police are investigating a drive-by shooting that left a car riddled with bullet holes. It happened Thursday night in the 200 block of South 13th Street. People who live in the area say around 9 p.m. they heard several shots fired, but couldn't tell where the shots were coming from.
I peeked out the door.
Not a day to get out and go shopping today.
Only 12 days left.
I can't believe
till Christmas.
That. So we officially start the 12 days of Christmas. Mark Schanenberger standing by in the forecast center. This is a nasty day to get out and try to shop.
Maybe a day that maybe you shop from home a little bit more.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mark. Keep those umbrellas and rain boots handy. Well, a 13-year-old is in custody in connection with the death of a New York college student. Police say the suspect admitted to stabbing 18-year-old Tessa Majors to death along with 2 other teens. Majors was killed near Morningside Park, just a few blocks from Barnard College in Manhattan Wednesday. Police say they've been investigating that area recently after a string of robberies. The House Judiciary Committee has advanced both articles of impeachment against President Trump.
That's right, and the committee approved charges of abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. WFMZ's Julia Rose is here with more on the latest for this. Jules?
Thanks, Julia. Sometimes the special ladies on your holiday list are the toughest to buy gifts for.
Whatever do you mean? Well, we have some gift ideas that any mother would love coming up in What the Tech. Well, if you are still searching for a present for the ladies on your list, Jamie Tucker's got you covered.
He's got his list of great gifts for mom in What the Tech. That's a great idea.
I was going to say, I like a lot of those. These moms like them.
Well, I'll take one.
Yeah, we're all like, you know, I can vouch for the reader and the sun. If you're at the beach and you don't have that sun, you know, liner protection, you can't read some of those. So
absolutely.
That helps.
Or the gym locker.
The locker one was great. Hint, hint, honeys.
I hope you're watching.
All right, time now to get a check on that afternoon commute.
Jeff Bolden is keeping an eye on the roads in the 69 News Traffic Center. And even though it's rainy this weekend, it seems mild.
Yeah, it is mild on Saturday and still above average for your Sunday, so not too bad there.
All right.
Find the silver lining. Jules is back with trending after this. Stay with us. Right.
An epic struggle between air and sea unfolds on camera.
Love it when the stuff's caught on camera. Jules is back with a crazy video in today's trending report, Jules. 37 mil.
Can you imagine?
Right.
She just happened to check the app. It was $37 million right there.
She's probably already thinking about how can I spend that?
Yeah. As quickly as possible, right?
And her husband
before
was
you
like,
know it,
let
it's
me
gone.
just call and confirm.
I wonder if it was a payday, and then she looked at it and was like, oh,
wow.
wait a second.
That's a big bonus.
Yeah.
The
Thanks,
bank
boss.
said it was a mix-up with a foreign transaction currency. And, wow.
I like how she thought it was a Secret Santa because we're doing a Secret Santa exchange next week and our limit is $10. So I would love to have a Secret Santa. So you guys, maybe we should up the ante.
Yeah, maybe $37.
But it just goes to show why you should check your bank statements
Yes, true.
regularly. Because
I don't like looking.
You need to spend that money fast.
Exactly. It could have been a mistake the other way.
Right.
Like all of her money in the bank account was gone.
Yeah, better this one. All right, much more news and weather ahead. Stay with us.
Don't have a pair of gloves on hand? A napkin or a paper towel will do.
Paola, I imagine you're seeing some incredible scenes out there right now.
Jeff and Brittany, good afternoon. The damage is unbelievable. Like you said, an EF2 tornado came through here, Wilkes-Barre Township, last night at 10 o'clock. 130-mile-an-hour winds devastated many businesses here. We're here live at the Incident Command Center here along Mundy Street. Right across the street is the Arena Hub Shopping Center, and that's where most of the businesses suffered the most damage. This Smoky Bones restaurant here, right across the street from me, shards of metal roofing from this business is sitting in the business's front parking lot. Right across the street, there's another shopping center, the Ashley Home Furniture Store. Pieces of roofing from that store also are laying in the parking lot, but directly in front of that store, there's a flower tent untouched by the tornado last night. The flowers are still sitting there. That just goes to show you the narrow band of this tornado last night. Now, the governor was here earlier this afternoon getting a first-hand look at the damage. We got to tour the destruction with him. We saw U-Haul trucks split in half, uprooted trees, glass from businesses shattered all over. These businesses are completely totaled and will have to be rebuilt from the inside out. The governor was here and he was amazed and grateful at all the first responders, dozens of first responders who came here right when the tornado struck. And this is what he had to say to reporters today. At one point, John Andretti lived here at the Andretti residence in Nazareth while John attended Moravian College. Tonight on 69 News, hear why a disaster expert suggests using gloves or a paper towel to pump gas during this coronavirus outbreak. Plus, how a new app can help you and your family develop a disaster plan. So tune in tonight at 6 on 69 News. Rob, Wendy, Joaquin Marte was one of 3 Latino men in a vehicle pulled over by Jim Thorpe police in February of 2018. The ACLU has filed a lawsuit against the borough of Jim Thorpe and 2 borough police officers for allegedly overstepping their authority. The ACLU says the officers racially profiled the men and unlawfully enforced immigration laws. For example, Apple, which makes iPhones, works with suppliers in 43 countries, all of which receive components from Apple's manufacturers in China. 1 in 3 adults in the U.S., as well as 17% of children, suffer from obesity, and the numbers continue to climb. But with so many fad diets out there, South Beach, Keto, Atkins, Weight Watchers, how do you know which one is best? And are they sustainable? Well, coming up on an all-new episode of Call the Doctor, we'll talk to the experts about nutrition. So I hope you'll tune in Wednesday at 7:30 or watch it anytime on the VIA app. More than 50,000 Americans will be diagnosed with oral cancer. Dentists are usually the first people to notice signs of oral cancer. That's why oral health is an essential part of your overall health and well-being. Coming up on an all-new episode of Call the Doctor, we'll talk to top dentists in our area about oral health and how you can achieve more than just a perfect smile. It's coming up tonight at 7:30 on Call the Doctor, or watch anytime on the VIA app. Colorectal cancer ravages the lives of 150,000 patients a year. It is the second leading cause of cancer death in the U.S. However, colorectal cancer is preventable with screenings. According to the American Cancer Society, adults should begin screening for colorectal cancer at the age of 45. Coming up on an all-new episode of Call the Doctor, we'll discuss screenings, treatments, risk factors, and advancements. So I hope you'll tune in Wednesday at 7:30 on Call the Doctor or watch it on the VIA app. Tonight's program is a collaborative effort in which all 7 Pennsylvania public media organizations continue to focus on the opioid epidemic. Hello, I'm Paola Gingiacomo. Once again, we are here to discuss how Pennsylvanians statewide are confronting the epidemic of heroin and prescription opioid abuse. Senator Yahl, you have held hearings over the last 5 years to get a handle on the situation and to work to pass bills and to raise awareness and to encourage treatment and recovery. You had a recent hearing in October. What was the main theme that came out of that hearing? Is it to treat this opioid and heroin epidemic as a disease?
I think it emphasized that.
Thank you all for joining us. Let's start off with the obesity problem in the U.S. 1 in 3 adults suffers from obesity. 17% of children suffer from obesity, and the numbers continue to climb. Why do you think that is, Dr. Neal? What is going on? When disaster strikes, Misty Stallard of Stroudsburg and her family have go bags for a quick response. And since the coronavirus outbreak, she and her family have been taking other safety precautions as well.
I made a homemade hand sanitizer, 91% alcohol, as well as essential oils that boost your immune system.
Another safety precaution, according to disaster preparation expert Patrick Hardy, wear gloves when pumping gas.
People forget at gas stations how many things people touch. They touch the buttons, they touch their credit cards, they're touching the gas pumps. So one of the things we tell people is wear gloves.
Don't have a pair of gloves on hand? A napkin or a paper towel will do. Preparation is key. That's why Hardy created Disaster Hawk, a free app to help you prepare for a disaster. I downloaded the app to create a coronavirus plan for my family. Simply choose a category, such as family, then choose a plan, coronavirus. Finally, answer a series of questions. And once the plan is finalized,
And it tells you steps. What kind of things should you disinfect? How should you disinfect your cell phone?
there are plans for an earthquake, tornado, and wildfire, to name a few. Once you create the plan, you can share it with family and friends.
If I've never created a disaster plan, now's the time.
I think that's a great idea, especially if those are in the community that don't know really what precautions to take.
Disaster Hawk, an app to help you prepare rather than panic. Paola Gingiacomo, 69 News.
This is John. This is my son Michael, Jeff, and his brother Mark. They were the 4 musketeers. They were all racers.
At his home in Nazareth, Indianapolis 500 winner Mario Andretti reminisces about his nephew, race car champion John Andretti. The Bethlehem native had a versatile career that included victories in NASCAR, IndyCar, and the Rolex 24 before retiring in 2010. John lost his battle with cancer Thursday at the age of 56. Andretti got the devastating phone call Thursday morning.
You can never prepare for some things like that. Even as predictable a situation like this can be, you can never prepare for it.
Mario says John was first diagnosed with colon cancer in 2017. That's when he vowed to fight back and use his voice to raise awareness about colon cancer. John even developed the hashtag #CheckItForAndretti to urge people to get screened.
I feel that John showed some character, you know, by just coming forth and creating the awareness because it happened to him. And that's a strong message.
John was a multifaceted racer who competed and won in the NASCAR Cup Series and the CART IndyCar Series. He was the first driver to attempt the Indianapolis 500 and the Coca-Cola 600 doubleheader in 1994. This photo was taken at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in 1991, the first time that 4 members of the Andretti family competed at the Indy 500. Mario has fond memories of that race and others.
We were even on podium together, you know, one time in Milwaukee back in the early 90s with my son Michael winning. He's second, I was third. You know, as a family, again, we had a lot of great moments.
Moments Mario Andretti will treasure forever. Paola Gingiacomo, 69 News. Dining with Douglas at the Lehigh Valley Zoo. The African gray parrot was part of a meet and greet as these animal lovers celebrate Valentine's Day.
Go bird? Yeah, good job.
About 30 people attended the Love Gone Wild dinner, an annual fundraiser for the zoo.
This event is really important to us, especially during the winter months. Just because the temperature changes doesn't mean our mission changes. The events that we host in February help get us through the winter.
In addition to Douglas, guests also got up close and personal with a lizard, a skunk, an armadillo, and a python. Following a lovely dinner of chicken and steak, it was on to the main attraction, the zoo's penguins, Bahati and Bariti. This dinner is only the second time this Emmaus resident has ever visited the zoo.
I like reptiles, so the skink came out earlier. He was real cool and chill, and then they had a skunk hanging out. That was adorable. Overall, I've had a really good time. It's very, very pleasant eating, break from the norm.
I love animals, so it was really fun having dinner and getting to see them.
At the end of the night, each guest gets to take home a homemade Valentine's Day card painted by one of the zoo animals. This one was painted by Captain the ball python.
We had a wonderful time. We had dinner, we saw animals. She got the pet animals, take pictures up close.
This is the second year for the Love Gone Wild dinner. A similar event is planned here this weekend for kids. At the Lehigh Valley Zoo, I'm Paola Gingiacomo, 69 News. Chocolate, flowers, your traditional Valentine's Day gifts. But how about pairing those treats with a horse? Well, not a real horse, but a personalized picture of a horse.
This is different, and this is a compliment to Candy and Roses.
For $10, you can send a personalized Valentine's Day card to your sweetheart from your favorite mounted patrol horse, like George here. You could also choose a custom card from Pharaoh, Asa, or Gray.
We know people love that special someone, so we thought it would just be a good correlation between the horses and the city of Bethlehem and just that unique gift.
A unique gift that was organized by the Friends of the Bethlehem Mounted Police. Diane Mack is the organization's president.
We have not only the personalized Valentines that go out to everyone's sweethearts, but we also have classroom Valentines for the parents to purchase, and they could cut them up into pieces, and then the kids can give them out as classroom Valentines.
16 classroom cards are $15. All the money will benefit the Bethlehem Mounted Police Unit. It consists of 4 horses and 4 full-time police officers who go where police cruisers can't.
It does take some money to keep the horses in operation, and we like to think that these fundraisers kind of give back to the community, but it also gives an opportunity for the community to give back to the Mounted Police.
To put in an order, call 484-893-0801 or go to the Bethlehem Mounted Police page on Facebook. Better hurry, though. All orders must be in by Sunday, February 9th. Paola Gingiacomo, 69 News.